What is up, YouTube? It is MetroGame75 here today to play Sakura Gym Girls Part 3. Alright, here we go. Go back to where we are in the bar. Doesn't take very long to arrive at the Hostess Club. Since I've been here a few times before, I have the route mapped out in my head, so I don't need to consult my phone. Let my legs carry me to my destination while my mind wanders elsewhere. I don't have any thoughts in my head as I approach the club beyond forgetting all of my problems, but oh no, there's just no way. There's no way this is gonna happen. Ain't no way. I'm greeted after stepping into the club, shrugging out of my coat by a sight I didn't expect to see in a million, not in a million years. It's her. It's still pretty early, but it looks like something of a show's going on. A few women are dancing at the front of the club, clad in skin-tight dress, which managed to show a lot of cleavage and a lot of thigh action. There are 3 dancers all told, gyrating sensuously about steel poles, but my gaze is fixed upon one of these dancers in particular. She's wearing a wine red dress paired with black boots and fishnets. Her hair is lavender, tied back in a high ponytail, and upon her face she wears a devious smile. Her eyes, meanwhile, are bright and vicious, practically full of life. She seems to sparkle beneath the spotlights, so much so she puts her dance partners to shame. Is it possible to not stare at her? I've always found her captivating, but she looks even more so now. The woman in the red dress shifting her hips to beat of the lo-fi music is without a doubt Ranko. I sighed, bro. All of a sudden, I feel utter drain. It's literally her. So now, after when we broke up, she has become a thought, bro. This is bad. This is so fucking crazy. I didn't expect to see her here, of all places, but that seemed to have become something of a theme between us. I didn't expect to see her on the streets either, handing out flyers for the gym. She's for the streets. That's why she's handing out flyers. She's for the fucking streets. If hired beings to exist, are they trying to push for Ranko and I to reunite? Don't tell me there's a cabal of celestial so hype Ranko shippers out there determined to turn my life into some kind of a fan fiction. I groaned, then pressed my fingers to my brow. The lights of the Hostess Club are already starting to make my head ache. This is shaping up to be a pretty insane night already, and it's not even over yet. What am I supposed to do now? This is so bad, bro. This is so fucking bad. The answer to that question is, as it soon transpires, is to stand there gawking until one of the hostess takes pity on me and leads me to an unoccupied table. I sit at this table for a few minutes, mutely watching Ranko's performance until I finally come to a close. Ranko thanks the crowd with a flirtatious wink, then jumps down from podium to resume her duties as a hostess. I'm guessing she must have seen me come in, though she showed no indication of it at the time. Ranko's nothing, I suppose, if not professional, because she soon makes her way over to me, her heels clacking against the floor. Hey, show. They expect to see you here. I feel like I should be the one saying that. I didn't know you work at a hostess bar. It seemed like quite the far cry from being a fitness coach at the gym. Oh well, you know me. I like to keep myself busy. Evidently, money's been pretty tight lately, if I'm being honest, and my job at the gym hardly brings home to the big bucks. If I want to live the lavish lifestyle I deserve, I need to work even harder. Not like this, though. I mean, you can if you want. I've been rushed off my feet these last few weeks, but I'm not complaining, though. Juggling my schedule can be a bit of a challenge, but I've always liked those. A bit of difficulty makes me appreciate the good times all the more, and it's not like I'm suffering or anything. This club's actually a pretty nice place to work. You've only been here for a little while, then. That's right. I'm still settling into the rhythm of things, but everybody's here super nice. My coworkers and my clients. Some real fancy businessmen stop by here, you know. Of course, those ones over 40 years old. Rachel bends down, her voice dropping to a whisper. These guys are flush with cash. They have so much money they don't know what to do with it all. So they throw it around like confetti. I made some decent pocket change and tips since coming here. Some of these guys are real generous. They know how to treat women if they are showing enough skin. Right, well, obviously, because you gotta show off that skin for this big bucks, you know. That's how it works. I look away from Rachel abashed. She's so close to me, I can smell her perfume. It's full and fatally nostalgic. It tickles more than just my olfactory senses. It also stirs my memories. Rachel used to wear this perfume back in university too. It reminds me of the simpler times back when Rachel and I were still students, and I thought our relationship really might work out. But somehow that did not. That was before Rachel and I split up, and we graduated, and we went our separate ways. I thought I'd never see her again, and now this is what she's doing. Um, I'm glad this job has been treating you well, at least. Oh, it has. I certainly can't complain. I've been enjoying myself a whole bunch. I hope you've been enjoying yourself too, Sho. Did you like my little performance? Yes, it was very... This is something that we thought about back in the prologue of this game. We had the thought of it. Evocative. Evocative? Records a neatly plucked eyebrow. Don't you mean provocative? Well, it's no matter, I'm just teasing. I know you can get a little nervous about things, this kind of thing. That's why I'm so surprised. Actually, to see you here, I didn't know you made a habit of going to Hostess bar. Show you sly dog, you. I feel like I'm learning all sorts of interesting things about you. Oh, man, you call me a whole dog, bro. I duck my head, my brow furrowed. I don't come to these sort of places very often. This isn't really like me. I don't know. I guess I needed to unwind. Yes, I can see that. You look super stiff. I don't think you've properly relaxed since getting here. I can't tell Reko that my inability to relax largely stems from her. That'd be pretty rude, and moreover, I imagine it's unnecessary. Rankle's not stupid, despite her bubbly facade. She's actually pretty perceptive. She must know already that she's making me uncomfortable, but still, she tries to speak to me. She's making a pretty valiant effort at it, actually, given how brief and non-committal my replies are. I guess this is why the wealthy businessmen who frequent this club tip Rankle so generously. She's good at making people feel welcome, even the most awkward, self-conscious people. Poor show. Your shoulders look like they could use a good massage. Oh, yes, they can. Yes. You might as well. Are you offering? Do you wish I was offering? Well, damn. Damn it. Sorry, show, but I'm no massageuse. I'm just a hostess. I'm not qualified to give you a proper massage. I've other ways to ease your tension, though, if you like that. Such as what? Well, what did you got there? Pole dancing skills? Such as getting you a drink, of course. You look, you can use it. Ah, yes. Like, what kind of drinks you guys have got up here? You got Heineken, something like this here? I sigh, my shoulders slumping, and lean back in my seat. Of course. I'm not sure why, but for some reason, I feel a little disappointed at that. Given this hostess club, it's natural Rancor would want to imply me with alcohol, getting her patrons drunk as part of her job. But I guess I was hoping for something a bit more personal than that. It's not like I'm any old client after all. Rancor and I did used to date. We might need to have a bit of a discussion about that, actually. I wish I knew about how she felt about me. So what will it be? Can I get you anything particular? Just a highball, I guess. Nothing too fancy. I don't want to get too drunk, although I was wondering. I look right up and down, taking in her curves, barely concealed by her red dress. Her thighs are encased in fishnets, which only seem to heighten how fully they are, and her face is carefully made up. I've always known that Reiko was pretty, but right now she looked utterly gorgeous. I don't want to monopolize too much of her time, but it seems imperative, all of a sudden, that we talk. I don't want Reiko to go, not just yet. Would you mind sitting with me for a little bit? I thought we could drink together. Maybe I'll buy you something too, if you like, so long as you don't mind. Reiko looked at me for a few moments, her expression impassive, before she begins to smile anew. I see how it is. So that's your little game, huh? She giggled. I guess you didn't come here for the alcohol show, but the company. Do you want to buy my time? If you let me, I suppose. I don't feel like drinking on my own. Well, I don't fault you for that. Drinking only really fun if you do it in good company. But I have to be upfront with you. I'm supposed to be working. I can drink with you for a while if you want, but you'll need to make it worth my while. I'm not an easy girl, you know, and wits as sparkling as mine don't come cheap. Damn. What do you... Sheesh. You best splash the cast, mister, if you're serious about that. What? I knew this was coming. Host clubs always charge a premium if you want to drink with the hostess. But I fiend hurt all the time. Don't you give discounts to ex-lovers? We used to date, Radico, former lovers, you know. Sorry, show, but that's my rules. That's the rules. My hands are tied here. I can't drink with you unless you make it worth my while. As a popular new hire, I have a lot of customers eyeing me up. You don't want them to snatch me away from you, do I? No. I suppose not. They need to pay me. That's how it works. Alright. I don't want to have that much cash on me, but maybe this will do? Rago surveys the few notes I slide across the table. I start to worry as the second wears on that it isn't enough. I'm not exactly a billionaire here, but my worries as it transpires are in vain. It's a little less than what I usually take, but sure, I'll accept this for now, at least. Thank you very much for your patronage, show. Nagel takes the notes from the table, then stuffs them between her cleavage. Now let me get you that high glass for myself. Meanwhile, I think I'll get myself a wine. A really fancy brand. You're paying, so it'll be fine, right? Yeah, that's fine. Just don't go too overboard. I won't. I'll behave myself, for the most part. At least. Alright, Ranko giggly coyly then heads over to the bar to place our orders. As she does, I watch her retreating back, her swishing hips and her elegant gait. Ranko heels are incredibly high, but she can walk in them with ease. She's so graceful, she reminds me a lot of a swan. She might as well be gliding. Ranko, I realize, really is amazing. It's a wonder such a glamorous woman ever dated me in the first place. I really was punching in above my weight. Oh well, we might not be a couple anymore, but the memories still remain. Fond memories of them. I guess that's something to drink too, if nothing else. What's happening now? 10 minutes later. Oh boy. Wow, this is nice, isn't it? Ranko smiles coyly while holding a glass of wine in one hand. She's facing me opposite the table, her long legs crossed. These legs of hers, which have always been one of Ranko's best features, look more enticing now than ever before, clad in black fishnets as they are, but... No! I shouldn't stare. I'm making a concentrated effort to not to. At least, but Ranko spies my roving eyes. Her smile widens. What does it show? Do you like what you see? Nah, forget it. She's not here. She's not here. She can go fuck herself anyways. Screw her. Think for girls who are more demure. Of course I do. We'll just play with it. Well, duh. I replied with the faintest of tremors in my tone. Now, why do I keep staring around, Ranko? Talk about embarrassing. You should know that I think you're attractive. I would have agreed to go out with you otherwise back in university. Oh, Ranko titters. Is that the only reason why you accepted my proposition show because of my looks? Did my feature, did my personality feature into it? Of course, yeah. I'm not completely shallow. So you're only a little shallow then. Please, I'm a god. I wouldn't want to date somebody if I thought they were physically unappealing, and if every bit as attractive as I am now, if not more, but I had rotten personality, that'd be a non-starter too. I wouldn't date the hottest woman in the world if she was cruel and fickle, but Michael leans forward, her eyes bright with mischief. What do you think of me, Sho? Am I a cruel and fickle? You can be flightly, certainly, and I know you like to tease. Ha! Guilty as charged. But I don't think you're a bad person, no. You're very bubbly and you're fun to talk to, even now. You're good at putting people at their ease. Why, thank you, I appreciate the compliments, but you don't look at ease now. Show not even with that alcohol. I'm not making you uncomfortable, am I? You're not, but our paths together. I sigh. Oh, man. It's complicated. Oh, Sho, aren't you over me yet? It's been years. I am over it, or I was, rather. Seeing you again has been a lot to cope with, though I'm not really sure what to think. But you are happy you're able to see me, aren't you? Didn't you miss me? Maybe a little when I thought to think of you. That is, it's been a long time and I've been busy running my grandfather's store since then. Now, what about you? Did you miss me? Maybe. A little. Sad to say, I told you after I graduated, I found a job at an office as a secretary and I got together with some guy. He was nice enough. I guess we moved in together. We were an item for years, but things eventually started to sour between us. I think he got bored of me. Maybe he just wanted to change. I'm not sure. I talked about settling down, and he freaked out then, well... Ranko shrugs. We broke up, as you might be able to tell, and I decided I didn't want to stay in Tokyo anymore. Had all started to feel a bit, I don't know, too much maybe? I wanted to change of pace, so I decided to move here. I needed some space to clear my head to make a fresh start. I didn't know that you live here yourself though, Sho. This was like a total coincidence. I'm not stalking you, I swear. I know. You don't need to clarify. I'm not self-important enough to think you still have a thing for me, even after all this time. I'm nothing special, really. So you say, but... Ranko frowns. Now for the first time during the night, she looks serious. Unusually so, in fact. I think you're special, Sho. You do? That's right. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad. She thinks we're special. This is bad for us. Ranko nods. I dated a few other guys after we broke up, but all they messed me around. Nobody wanted to commit. They were just after one thing, which is fine, you know, but after a while, I got tired of it. I was relieved when I thought I found the one some nice ordinary guy could come home to at night. But even he got sick of me after a while. I started to worry there might be something wrong with me. You know, like, maybe guys just don't like me. Maybe I'm not the sort of girl to settle down with. I guess because I'm so bubbly. And I dress kind of sexy, you know. Maybe I look like an easy woman. I don't know. You always treated me with respect. Though, I felt like I could actually talk to you. Like you really cared about what I had to say. I remember wishing when I was going through all these different guys in Tokyo that I could meet somebody more like you. And I go to wish I hadn't finished things with you. We stay together. I figured breaking things off would be easier when we were both about to graduate and go our separate ways, but I don't know now. I feel a bit mixed up about it. but being honest, that's why I'm glad I ran into you, both outside and both outside the gym and now in this bar. I was wondering, Rachel leaves in the resets, the rested hand against my thigh. You don't have a girlfriend, do you, Show? Not at the moment, no. You're not dating Asa? No, I'm not. I tried to tell you that I wasn't. That all was a misunderstanding on your part. I haven't had a girlfriend since Rachel. In fact, not a proper one at least. Tried dating, but it never seemed to work out. I guess I've not been in the mood for it. Oh, right, I see. Tarako smiles. As it happens, I don't have a boyfriend myself right now. I'm quite unattached at the moment. Almost depressingly so. So maybe we ought to make some nice memories together. It was fortunate we were able to meet one another again. These sort of chances don't happen every day. I think we should make the most of it. Make the most of it. I echo Rako's sentiments dumbly, my face beginning to fluster, both from her close contact and from the alcohol I've consumed. What do you mean? You can't guess. Rako's eyes glitter. This club isn't that kind of establishment, but we do have private rooms around the back for clients to use should they want any of the girls here to put on a bit of a show. These private rooms cost a lot of money, but if it's for you, I can waive the bill. You're special after all. Really, now? I frown. I thought you said you didn't do ex-boyfriend discounts. I shouldn't, really, but I think I might be able to make an exception after all. That is, if you want to. There are some things I'd like to discuss with you that can only be done in private. Don't you want to give it a go, just for the old time's sake? Come on, Sho. Rainbow's hand massages my upper thigh insistently. I've been so lonely. Won't you show me a good time? I think I deserve it. As a reward for working so hard, I've really been pushing myself here. If you're a real man, you ought to take care of me. Wow, Ranko is sure is being insistent, though she hasn't come out and said what she was after point blank. It's now fairly obvious, even to a dense guy like me. She wants me. She wants to take her to a private room, and she wants to have a private talk with me, and some private smashing as well. Of course, I know exactly what this all will entail. I'm a little excited about the prospect, if I'm being honest, but I have a few reservations. If I do this, I'm afraid it'll make things awkward between me and Asa. I doubt Tizumiki would approve if she learned I was engaging in intimidated relations with her fitness coach either. She'd think it unprofessionally. Then there's the question of how Rako really feels about me. I still can't tell. She said she missed me, but she also said she was lonely. It was always possible she was just using me to amuse herself. This proposition of hers might amount to anything in the long run. I don't know if I want to have a one-night stand with a woman I used to date that ushered in all of kind of complicated emotions. Emotions I'm afraid I don't have the capacity to deal with right now. What should I do? I guess this might be the time. It might be something. There might be something in there. Oh, like this is something I need to think about it for more than 5 seconds. I've always found Rako appealing, and she looks even more so now, given she's propositioning me. I don't know what this affair might lead to in the future, but I'm so annoyed that I can't think about that right now. Rako says she missed me, but she isn't the only one. I think I miss her too, way more than I ever let myself believe. We just miss each other left to right. And so in the end, today sure was something. I sighed to myself as I meandered back home, my hands shoved in my pockets. It was already getting dark before I entered the club, but now the skies overhead is pitch black. The streets are more or less deserted, save for a couple of drunkards staggering back home. All the shops I pass are shuttered for the night, every window dark and ominous. It's so quiet you can hear a pin drop. There isn't even any traffic. A quick glance at my phone tells me that it's already 1:30, which would certainly explain why everything looks so desolate. It's rare that I stay up so late. This feels very uncharacteristic for me, but then again, it's rare that I attend Hostess clubs too. I have to wonder as I beat my way back home whether I would have gone to that club at all if I know Ranko would be there. It was nice to catch up with her, I guess, but our conversation was kind of heavy. I hope seeing Ranko again might be better, help me categorize my feelings for her, but I feel every bit as befuddled as I did upon our first encounter. Part of me glad to see her again, but another part of me wishes our reunion had never occurred. I never thought it moved on, but now I'm starting to question myself. Several years ago, I told Ranko that I love her. Does it still hold true? I have no idea. What a mess. I can't decide what despondently, my head hanging. My thoughts are all jumbled. I have no idea what I should be thinking, much less what I should be feeling. But there's one factor, at least, I'm fairly convinced of. Seeing Ranko at the gym again, after running into her in the nightclub, will be awkward as all get out. How am I going to be able to look at her without imagining her in that skin-tight red dress dancing on the pole? We've seen this back in like the prologue version of this game. I meant for our relationship to be strictly business, but now I've gone and inadvertently mixed business with pleasure. Everything's gotten horribly confusing. Man, I groan. Why is being an adult so complicated? It sure is complicated of life, man. Well, anyways, that's the end of today's video, everyone. So thank you everybody for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.